So there are 5 questions I will go through in this video, and this is the IGCSE higher tier exam paper. The first question, expand and simplify. This is a very simple type of question, but you will definitely see this question in the exam. So not exactly this question, but similar to this. So we will multiply 3 with the c, we'll get 3c. 3 with -7, it will be -21. Next, 2 times 3c is plus 6c. Positive 2 times positive 4 is plus 8. So finally, 3c plus 6c is 9c. Minus 21 plus 8 is minus 13. That's the answer. Next question, expand and simplify. X plus 7 times x plus 2. So we'll multiply x with each element in the second bracket, as well as this 7 with each element in the second bracket. So x times x, first of all, is x squared. X times -2 will be -2x. Positive 7 times x is plus 7x. Positive 7 times -2 is -14. So finally, x squared minus 2x plus 7x is plus 5x. And then -14. That's the answer. Next question, factorize fully. 28y squared minus 21y. So the way to do the following question is 28 and 21. What's the highest common factor of these two numbers? It's 7. So we'll take 7 out. And then y squared and y. Which one is smaller? Well, there is y. They have y in common. So we'll take 7y out, open the bracket. 28y squared divided by 7y, you'll get 4y. Because 7y times 4y is 28y squared. Minus, now 21y divided by 7y is 3. That's the answer. If you multiply 7y with each one of the elements inside the bracket, then you will get back original form. Okay, that's how it did. Next question, solve the equation. So when they say solve, we got to solve for x. So the first step is, because of this 4, we'll multiply the left side and the right hand side by 4. So we'll have 4 times 7x minus 2 divided by 4 is equal to 4 times 3x plus 1. What's going to happen? 4 will cancel out, so now we have 7x minus 2 is equal to, we'll expand the bracket here. 4 times 3x is 12x. 4 times positive 1 is plus 4. Okay, from here, what we're going to do is, we'll bring this 12x and move it to the left, and then this minus 2 and move it to the right. So 7x doesn't move, write 7x first, and then 12x moves, becomes minus 12x. Is equal to, on the right hand side we'll have 4. Minus 2 moves to the other side, becomes positive 4. Remember this, when we move something to the other side, we always swap the sign, flip the sign. So 12x became minus 12x, minus 2 became plus 2. Next up, 7x minus 12x is minus 5x, is equal to 4 plus 2 is 6. So the very last step is to divide both sides by -5. So what's going to happen is x is equal to 6 divided by -5, and that is equal to -1.2. That is the value of x. Okay? Next question is the question here. It's simultaneous equation question. So the way to do it is we'll do it by substitution. As you can see, the first equation is quadratic equation, the second equation is linear. So in this situation, we'll have 2 pairs of solutions, 2 solutions always. If we have one is quadratic, the other is linear. So take this x is equal to y minus 3 and sub it into the first one. So what's gonna happen? 2, instead of this x squared, we'll put 2y minus 3 squared. You see what we've done? X here got replaced with 2y minus 3 squared plus 3y squared is equal to 14. Okay? That's the first step. And now we'll expand the brackets. So what we're gonna do is 2 bracket 2y minus 3 bracket 2y minus 3 plus 3y squared plus 14. And then when you expand this, it will be 2. We'll multiply this like this, like we usually do. Right? 2y times 2y is 4y squared minus 6y minus 6y. Minus 3 times minus 3 is plus 9. Plus 3y squared is equal to 14. So next step is we'll expand the bracket. Now when you expand the bracket here, we'll multiply 2 with each one of these numbers here. So 2 times 4y squared is 8y squared, minus 2 times minus 6y is minus 12y. 2 times minus 6y is minus 12y again. 2 times plus 9 is plus 18. Plus 3y squared is equal to 14. Now the next step is simplify this a bit. 8y squared minus 12y minus 12y is minus 24y plus 18 plus 3y squared. Move this 14 to the left hand side, so minus 14 is equal to 0. So the next step is, now 8y squared plus 3y squared is 11y squared. Minus 24y, and then 18 minus 14 is just plus 4 is equal to 0. Okay, up to this step, I hope I'm not going too fast. I just want to make this video shorter, so we'll factorize into two brackets. What's going to happen is 11y minus 2 and y minus 2. If you are not sure how to factorize this, then you will need to watch the other videos in my YouTube channel. So from here we'll have two cases. Either 11y minus 2 is equal to 0 or y minus 2 is equal to 0. From here y is equal to 2 over 11 or y is equal to 2. So when y is equal to 2 over 11, we need to find the value of x by using the equation here. X is equal to 2y minus 3. So x here will be equal to 2 times 2 over 11 minus 3, right? 2 times y minus 3. And that is gonna be equal to minus 29 over 11. Now, when y is 2, what's gonna happen is x is 2 times 2 minus 3 is equal to 1. So here are the answers. X, y. The answers are the following. When x is 1, y is 2. And when x is minus 29 over 11, y is 2 over 11. Okay, so as I've told before in the beginning, there are two solutions. First pair and the second pair of solutions for this simultaneous equation, okay? Let me know if you got questions for that problem in the comments below. I will elaborate. Next question is, use algebra to show that 0.436 is equal to 24 over 55. Now, the dots above 3 and 6 mean that 3 and 6 repeat. So what's going to happen is, let's call this x. Let x be equal to 0.436. Now, the dots mean that it's 0.436, 36, 36, 36, 36, and so on. Okay? So in this type of questions, you'll always multiply by 10x, by 100, so you'll get 10x, 100x. When you multiply x by 10, what's going to happen? This number will become 4 point. The dot will just move by one place to the right. 36, 36, 36, 36, 36, and so on. Okay. How about 100x? Now 100x will be 43.636363636363. Let's multiply by 1000x. 1000x is equal to 436.3636363636, and so on. Now, by looking on these numbers, we'll compare which two numbers. Is it x? Is it 100x? Is it 10x? Is it 100x? 1000x? Which two of them have same trailing parts? Or in other words, same decimal parts. Which two of them have the same decimal parts? Now, if you look closer, you will see that this number 10x as well as 1000x have 36, 36, 36, 36, 36, 36. Okay. Now the next step is to subtract 1000x minus 10x. 1000x minus 10x is equal to the decimal places will cancel out when we subtract. So 436 minus 4 will be 432. Okay, so that means 1000x minus 10x is 990x is equal to 432. Okay, from here, what's going to happen is x is equal to 432 divided by 990. And then when you cancel out 432, 990 by a few numbers, for example, by 2, by 3, and just keep simplifying, you'll eventually end up with 24 over 55. Okay, and that is exactly what's asked in the question. Next question. Show that root 20 plus root 80 over root 3 can be expressed in the form root a, where a is an integer. So the first step here is to look on root 20. Now we know root 20 is 4 times 5, plus root 80 is 16 times 5. Divide this whole thing by root 3. Well, the next step is this root 4 times 5 can be split into root 4 times root 5 plus root 16 times root 5 over root 3. So the next step is root 4 is itself, it's 2. 2 root 5 plus 16 is 4. So 4 root 5 over root 3. So the next step is 2 root 5 plus 6 root 5. 2 root 5 plus 4 root 5 is 6 root 5 over root 3. Alright. That's that. And from here, what we need to do, we need to simplify this. As you can see, it's not really possible to simplify this unless we do. Now, instead of 6, let's put root 36. Okay, 6 and 36, root 36 are equal to each other. And just attach root 5 and then root 3. Okay, all we did here, 6 became root 36. So the next step, root 36 times root 5 is root 180. Okay, and then the next step is that this whole thing becomes root 180 over 3 is equal to root 60. This is the answer. Okay, root 60. Okay, so this is this. Next question is inequality. So quadratic inequality. You will absolutely for sure see this type of inequality in your exam if you are taking higher tier IGCSE, so make sure to watch this very, very closely. Usually what's going to happen, you will be able to factorize this into two brackets. So you would need to factorize this first, but before factorizing it, when you see inequality, always make an equation first. So just make it equal to 0, okay? The way to factorize this is, well, you can do it by factorizing. You can also do it by quadratic formula. Let me just do it by factorizing. So I'll just put the answer in the factorized form, and then if you are still watching it and then you still got questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll explain more. Okay, so in the factorized form, it's gonna look like this: 2x minus 3 plus 2. So when you expand this, 2x plus 2 times 2x minus 3, you will end up having 4x. No, actually, I'm sorry. I'm lying to you. I didn't want to, but it's just like that. So, okay, so it's 4x and x, and then it's gonna be minus 2 and plus 3. Okay, so please expand this and see that, just confirm that it's equal to that. So I'm 100% sure that they're equal. I just done this many times, so I know how it goes. So, okay, so from here we have two cases: 4x plus 3 is equal to 0, or x minus 2 is equal to 0. Next step is x is equal to, from this equation, minus 3 over 4, or x is just positive 2. So the next step is the following. We'll make a graph. The graph of 4x squared minus 5x minus 6 looks always like this, like a parabola. Okay? This point and this point are exactly the numbers that we got by solving an equation equal to 0. So this point is minus 3 over 4 and 2. So when you solve this equation, inequality larger than 0, 4x squared minus 5x minus 6 is larger than 0. Where on the graph is this parabola larger than 0? Now keep in mind, this is the 0 line. Below is the negative, above is the positive. So we're gonna count this part and this part. Okay, so the question now is how to denote this part. Now on the left of minus 3 over 4 will mean that x is less than minus 3 over 4, comma. On the right of 2 will mean that x is larger than 2. That is the answer, okay, for this equation, for this inequality. Next question, the last question, is the graphing question. Now this is not so difficult. The part A here is, we're given a graph. This is easy marks, guys. You have to score well on this type of question. So this is fx. We need to sketch 2 times fx. Now 2 is outside the fx, so it's a vertical stretch 2 times upwards. So if you look on this point here, the height is 3. The height is 3. So 2 times 3 is 6. So this point will be mapped to the 6 upwards. Now if you look on the height of this point here, the height, by the height we mean the y value, is minus 1. So minus 1 times 2 is just goes 2 times down. So 2 minus 2. How about this point? Now the y value on the y-axis is minus 1. So minus 1 times 2 will be just also minus 2. So it just goes down here. And then we connect those points. So boom. Boom. And that is the answer. Okay. This 2 means vertical stretch. Next question. Next page, of the same question. So same graph, but we need to sketch f minus x. Now, minus sign is inside the f. So this will be a reflection across, since it's inside, across y-axis. Reflection across y-axis. Now, if it was like this, if it was minus fx, it will be reflection across the x-axis. But in this question, it's reflection across y-axis. So what was going to happen? This y-axis here will be sort of like a mirror. So this point will be mapped right over here, okay, across. How about this point? This point will be mapped to minus 4. So this is the new location of this point. And how about this point right here? It will map to that point. So now we connect the points like this and like this. This is the graph of f minus x. Okay, I hope this was helpful. I didn't want to make this video too long. So we have seen 5 questions. The first question was the simple algebra problems like this. And the second problem was the simultaneous equation with the quadratic equation, one of them. So that means we have 2 pairs of solutions. Third question was, this is called recurring decimals. Higher tier, you'll definitely see this type of question. And this is surds. Also, surds will appear in the exam. And then it was quadratic inequalities. Oops, sorry. And then it was graphing. Okay. If you found this useful, please put the like button and share with the friends. If you find it on Instagram or YouTube, also please share it with your friends and put the like button. And if you still got questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And if you want my help, actually, you can reach out to me on my website. The website will be left in the link below. Okay, and just reach out to me on WhatsApp, and we'll see what to do. How can I help you? Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.